Hello, Virgo. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Star Tarot by Kathy McLeland. There's Kathy's website if you would like to look it up, if you're interested in finding out whatever else she has going on there. Who knows? Some of these websites are a lot of fun. Hers might be. I don't remember looking at it, but I like her cards a lot. So, odds are in your favor. Supportive Oracle cards, Spellcasting Oracle cards by Flavia, Barbara, and Lisbeth. There are their names, how you spell them. They do have some websites. She Who Is Art, I think, is for all of them, but I could be wrong. There's a couple other websites there. Feel free to freeze the frame if you want to look up any other information. Okay. What do we have for Virgo? I almost want to be a little bit playful with it and be like Virgolicious. So why would you be Virgolicious? What's going on? What's going on, Virgo? We have some fun times coming? What's going on? We gotta make sure we can fit it all in. Alright, so you might be doing some readjusting, because I'm noticing this is weird. Like, why do I want to put everything over to the side? Yeah, you gotta do some readjusting. One more card. Nine of Swords. Don't get sucked into this. Nine of Swords is like, I don't think that Nine of Swords has to be yours. Okay, let's get a little farther into this first. You have to do readjusting. Definitely have to do some readjusting. Your energy has a lot of earth. Virgo is earth, but you got, in your cards, you got the Ace of Pentacles. You got the Hierophant, which is an earth card. It talks about Taurus sometimes. Taurus is earth. You get more earth theme here. You also got the King of Pentacles, more earth. This is also a heads up. Do some readjusting. You make that decision to do the readjusting. We're not looking for anybody's approval here. You need to look at it, decide what you need to do, and just make that happen. If there are some approvals needed, just move forward and just submit that approval as you need to, but kind of move forward as if it's obvious that has to happen. You need to be making the decisions. If you want this to go better, and again, this doesn't have to be your burden. So if you are more, what do you need me to do energy, you're going to get sucked into this. You're going to be a part of this. Oh, I don't know what's going on. This doesn't look so good. Oh, what are we doing? You don't need that. This is one of those times where you decide what you need to do and just start doing it. I cringe at saying this. I'm not usually a fan of this, but this is one of those times where it's better to ask for forgiveness than beg for permission. I'm probably saying that wrong. Because, no, somebody else has issues. If you just reorganize your part, and handle your part, and you take control of your part, you'll be fine. You already know what you have to do. See, that's the thing. I don't think this is that hard for you. Because you already seem to know what you need to get done. You just got to structure it based on your needs and start putting things together that way, and just set it up, put your plan out there. I would almost if you're going to put it together, this next week's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you have the days set out. Send somebody an email, show them a copy, or give them a copy of what you're doing, and tell them, this is what I have set up. I have everything booked. Please don't bother me during these times. I have a lot I have to get done, and as long as you let me do what I need to do, it will get done. If you start throwing things at me, this won't get done. If you leave me alone, this will happen. This will get done, but you need to leave me alone, and you might want to put it forward that way. Why am I so insistent on it? Because they're saying you need to be insistent on it. Okay. I feel like I'm kind of barking at somebody almost, but they're like, no, you need to tell them, this is how I have to do it. Over communication will shoot you down. It'll shoot you right in the foot. Over communication will be a problem. Again, cringing so bad when I say this. It's better to beg for forgiveness than ask for permission. I think that's the way it's usually said. Go for it. Just set it up. Set up your plan, and then just, even if it's for example, at the end of Friday, for example, you got this next week coming, and you just send the email at the end of Friday, but just before you leave, just letting people know what you're going to be doing, and you show up Monday this is how it's going to be. I feel like nobody's going to get in your way. You just kind of this is how I'm going to do it. This is what I'm going to do. If you just put it, this is what I'm going to do. You want to inform people. This is what I'm doing. I'm just giving you a copy of what I'm doing. you'll be a lot better. If you over communicate and go, like if the same analogy comes in and you're like halfway through Friday, you're going, well, this is what I'm thinking I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do that. Does that work for you? And they're going to be like, well. They're going to drag you right into their mess. I'm warning you. It's up to you. It's up to you. You got to do what you think is right. Like, it's your life, not for nothing. I mean, you know that. I know that. We all know that. It's a general read. You got to make the decisions. Now, okay. What's going on? What is going on with... There is an error of distrust. Error, like an error of distrust. Okay, I'm like, am I getting that right? Error of distrust. Like, I feel like I'm saying it. I feel like I'm making an error the way I'm saying it. Like, somebody doesn't trust somebody else for the wrong reasons, and it's causing problems. There's the Ten of Wands here. No. Ten of Swords. Yeah, it's even worse. This is not going well. But this is other people's problems. This is all this stress. All this stress going on. This is other people's problems. This is on other people. You don't have to own this. I wouldn't. I understand there's people you like, people you empathize with, because I have a feeling that's a piece of this. Like, people you do care what happens to them, you do care how they feel, and that's cool. But if people are insistent on making certain judgment calls, and they're not even telling you why they're making certain judgment calls, you're not going to be able to really help them. They have to help themselves. They have to figure out their own errors. Getting sucked down this pipe, like getting flushed down the toilet almost, is disgusting. Not going to be enjoyable for you, and not going to make it any better for them. They're where they are because of choices they made and they insisted on. That I don't feel like they included you on. So you going down that horrible road with them does not make that lesson easier. In fact, it might make them feel worse that they not only screwed themselves, but they screwed you over in the process too, ironically. Because they might have guilt over that. Because I feel like if this is somebody you actually empathize with, they feel like they empathize back too. So I feel like when they look back, they'd rather they just drag themselves through it and not you and them. Trust is misplaced. Trust is misplaced. It's a mess. I feel like it's really a mess because the confidence is in the wrong person. Trust is misplaced. Error of whatever I said before. I must have hit that on the head because that seems to be disappearing. But there's also confidence in the wrong person. Somebody's playing a game here. Somebody's like, this reminds me of somebody trying to teach somebody else a lesson. An error of mistrust. Okay, this comes back. Queen of Pentacles with the confidence. These are the challenge cards. These are not going well in this situation. This is in the environment. I feel like somebody wants to... I mean, sometimes people use that term, it's for the principle of it, and I swear to God that always comes back with some type of negative backlash. It's just kind of like, I don't know. It just... When I was younger, I heard it a lot, and I always remember the people who said it always seemed to have the most difficult time. And now that I'm older, I kind of understand, like, when you do things for the principle of it, like, that usually causes a lot of karma. And that stuff always kind of backlashes on you. I would advise, if you find yourself doing something for the principle of the thing, really kind of think it through. And if it's not necessary, I highly recommend you don't do it. You do what you think you got to do, but because I feel this energy here, and it's reminding me of a couple people I know. And I don't know, if somebody feels very validated teaching somebody else a lesson and it's not right, causing a lot of stress on other people, a lot of fallout with this stuff. There's going to be problems. You don't want to be involved in this. You really don't. Because I feel like it's all going to come out in the wash, like who did what and why they did what. And I don't think that's going to be pretty. I don't think it's going to be pretty. There will be a lot of healing coming forward because of this. Like, in the long run, because of what's going on, there's going to be healing. So the situation itself will heal. So if it makes you kind of feel better, I don't think it has much to do with you other than you're seeing somebody you care about go through something and you're like, oh, I really would like better for them. I'd rather help them than just leave them high and dry. First of all, you getting involved is not going to make it better. You getting dragged through it is not going to make their life better. It's just not. It's not going to make them even feel better. It may make them feel worse, like we said before. But I'm also getting like, it gets really rough to the point where it's kind of like, well, why did this happen? Where did this come from? Who said what? Why did this happen? Who made that decision? It might be like picked apart, which is another reason you don't want any part of this, because then they're going to be like, well, how did you get involved, Virgo? What did you do? Who said this to you? What did you say to them? It could get very interrogative. The words. I can't do the words. You may feel like you're being interrogated. There we go. It's a mess. Whatever it is, it's a mess. It will sort out in the end. It's just not going to be pretty. I got the Chariot with the career card, which doesn't have to mean this is career-oriented, but basically it's getting treated like, very analytically. What did you do? How did you do? Why did you? Where is this? How did that? Who did what? Blah, blah, blah. How did you? Where were you on this night at this time? Blah, 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 blah. All that. You don't want to be a part of this. I'm telling you, you don't. I'm like, I'm kind of flinching reading it because I'm like, it seems like people are really upset when they're saying this. Like, where were you? Why did you do that? Why did you even get involved? Why didn't you just stay out of it? Like, it seems like somebody's like barking at me like that. I'm like, oh God, like, dude, I wasn't doing anything. Like, get off me. Like, get off me. You may feel like somebody's like interrogating you. It may feel that bad. If you just stay out of it, you don't have to deal with it. You don't even have to deal with it. And again, even if you get involved, it does not make it better for the other person. They're going to have to deal with that. But so won't the person who did whatever they did for the principle of the thing. So, trust in the Four of Cups. I feel like the person who did what they did is going to own up to it, but they're going to feel oddly validated. Like, they're going to feel like I had every right to. I did that for the principle of the thing, and I had every right to. And, well, I guess. We'll see. That's all going to play out around you. You don't have to be in the middle of it. You're going to probably see some of it. If you get involved, you're going to see a lot of it. More than you really want to. If you don't get involved, you'll probably see the outside of it. You'll see enough of it to know, yeah, I didn't want to be a part of that. Things will be changing a little bit. I'm getting this Three of Pentacles with a transformation. I feel like you're going to be very busy. Things are going to be transforming here. You might get some added responsibility, but I feel like you're being compensated however that works out. So whatever this is, like, with added responsibility, you're also getting added benefit. So if it's not a business thing, whatever it is, you're getting some type of added benefit with this. It's going to depend how it shakes out. And I understand that that's, subjective to your actual circumstances, if this is resonating with you. There is change. Like, I'm not going to say that Virgo really likes change. I usually don't think y'all do, but I could be wrong. Tell me in the comments, of course. But this type of change, I don't feel like you have time to be bothered. It's just kind of like, it slowly morphs over the span of like 3 or 4 weeks, and it just keeps slowly changing, but it's constant over 3 or 4 weeks to the point where once it's all changed over, it's just kind of like, well, it's kind of like I don't want to be involved in that mess. So, okay, the change. I'll take the change. It's kind of like I don't want to be involved in that mess. Yeah, I'll deal with the change. I'll deal with the change. It's fine. I'd rather deal with the change. I feel like when this is happening, you're like, oh, I'll deal with the change. It's fine. It's okay. I'm good. It's good. I don't want to be yelled at. It's fine. It's fine. It doesn't seem to bother you. You just kind of roll with it. Kind of like, yeah, this place is ridiculous the way it's going right now. Whatever's going on, I'll just keep busy and it won't matter. And by the time it's all settled, I feel like you don't even want to talk about it anymore. I feel like when you get to the other side, you're kind of like, yeah, it's done. And yeah. That's enough. Life purpose is telling me this was going to happen either way. This change had to occur. That was face down. This is happening either way. You just don't have to be in the thick of it. If you decide to, there's a lot of spiritual growth there if you feel like that's what you need to do, so it's not wrong. This life purpose, though, is making me feel like, this change was coming either way. It was kind of set up to happen. There's a lot you can learn from it by being on the outside. You don't have to be in the thick of it. Just absorb what you can from the outside. I feel like you're going to have a hard time not knowing what's going on here. Learn from other people's mistakes, especially that one that did it for the principle of the thing. Like, think about what they did, why they did it, and what happened because of it, and what they got because of it. I feel like they're saying you'll get it, you'll see it, you'll be able to analyze it, you'll just pay attention to it. You don't have, we don't need gossip about it. That's not what we're saying. But, just absorb it. Go like, you know what, instead of me having to view that myself, I'm just going to pay attention and I'm going to learn from somebody else's mistake. I don't know why, but for some of you, I feel like that will work out. Like, yeah. No, it's fine. I see how that worked out. I'm good. I get it. Bad enough they did it. I don't want to have anything to do with that type of thing. I don't know. I'm not saying you would do that type of thing, but there's something about it. They're saying you will glean some insight that's good enough to get past this lesson. Because I feel like this is stressful for you on the outside, but not so stressful that you're like, It's more stressful, like, it's like watching somebody, it's like watching a car wreck from a mile away. It's kind of like, ooh, it looks like it's bad from here. I hope, I can see the first responders coming in, so it's nothing for me to do there, but it's kind of like that. I think we're good. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below with the same email. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.